Hello and welcome to the fifth episode of the Smactalk Show, where the hosts are just as improvised as the show itself. I'm Fabian, as usual, not Bard. Bard is with me, though.
Hello, folks.
Yeah, so, we're a bit confused.
Yeah.
We're also actually kind of frustrated.
We were frustrated.
Now, today we're actually happy because it's gone.
Yeah.
And what we're talking about is the awful proposal that UHR, the University and High School Council in Sweden.
That has been translated from us.
Yeah.
UHR is actually in Swedish, but we have translated it just for you.
Yeah, obviously. And the proposal that they made was that the IB grades, just imagine this, if an IB student wants to go to a Swedish university, their grades have to be translated to the Swedish school system. And the IB we have 45 as maximum points.
Yes.
And in Swedish they have 20.0 or something.
20.0, yeah.
Yeah. Right now, if we were to convert the points today, you would need 40 points in IB and able to get 20 points in the Swedish system. That already
is pretty tough.
Pretty tough and pretty unfair.
Yeah.
And what the UHR were trying to do was that they were trying to raise the limit for IB students to get the maximum points for Swedish students. They tried to raise the limit to 45 points, which is equal to max grades, or the highest possible grade in the IB program. And some of you may think that only sounds, fair. But it's already extremely unfair.
Yeah, because they have counted out, and approximately 2% of Swedish students get 20 points.
Yeah.
If you go in Swedish high schools. But the average IB student, get 45 points when you're 0.2%.
Yeah, so what I mean is that when 0.2% of all IB students gets 45 points.
Yeah.
That is nothing.
That is nothing.
That is nothing at all. So
compared to the 2%.
Yeah, compared to the 2% that gets a full 20 in the Swedish system. So this already shows that the IB program is a lot harder. Sure, you can go to nature science in Sweden, you can go to social sciences, but the IB program is still something very special. And when this proposal came up, a lot of people acted and reacted in powerful ways.
Yeah. This petition really showed what a great community the IB is.
Yeah.
Because not only the Katedralskolan in Skara started a petition and started reacting against the UHR, but the whole IB community in the whole Sweden joined together against this.
So the proposal, the UHR, they have said that they're gonna put this proposal down.
Thanks to the protests.
Yeah, thanks to the huge amount of protests that have been made during this week or two, something like that. And I'm actually really proud of one of our fellow classmates, Elin.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote a perfect article and sent it to some local newspapers, and it got published in 2 newspapers, and it was really good. A lot of people agreed with her, and also one of our teachers, Kerstin, she also wrote an article who also got published, and we have spoken a lot about this, and we're so thankful of this proposal being turned down, because the argument that I came up with straight away, if they wanted to go through with this, was that if an IB student in Sweden get 40, 42, 43, 44 points, and they get screwed because of the Swedish school system, why would then this IB student try to get into university in Sweden?
Sweden, yeah.
When they can get into the finest universities in England, United States, wherever you might want to study.
And if you still think that it's unfair for an IB student to get 40 points equal to 20 points in Sweden, then just think that for Oxford, for Cambridge, if you want to go into Cambridge, you don't even need 45 points.
No.
So why would the Swedish universities require more than one of the finest schools in the world?
Yeah. So this was just so strange, and a lot of people reacted very powerfully. And there are actually a lot of people who are high up in certain organizations, politicians, who have very strong bonds to the IB within Sweden.
And they also protested, wrote articles.
Yeah, like one of our teachers actually said, or showed us an article in DN, a pretty huge newspaper in Sweden, where they're like debate. Like I don't know, I can't remember exactly, but she has a pretty high post in Dagens Nyheter, DN, which is called...
she's a publisher, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's a publisher, exactly.
For the debate part.
Or something like that. And she actually wrote an article by herself, and it was really good. And I think she was one of the vital points for this, actually.
Maybe she was, or it was like the 10,000s of students,
Yeah.
both former and IB students that go into the IB right now.
Because this would have affected us all.
Yeah.
Like people who have graduated and tried to get into universities, this would have affected them, because maybe if like a 36 or 38 is pretty good in IB standards.
Man, it's pretty hard to get.
It's pretty hard to get, but if this would have come through, that would have seen. It's still good, because that would have been like 17 or 18. But that means that those people can't get into the best. They may be better than other people that actually get in.
Yeah.
But the translation just makes everything wrong. But,
It destroys everything, because as soon as I saw this petition to change the grades, my first thought was, why would they try to move the best students in Sweden out of Sweden?
yeah.
That's pretty much what they were trying to do, in my opinion, because IB isn't for everyone.
No, it is.
I'll just say straight out, it's not for everyone.
It's a very special program.
Yeah, it's very special, and not everyone can go through with it.
Yeah. And like Kerstin told us this as well, our teacher, that like the professors on Chalmers, they said like, don't do this. The IB students are our finest students. And the professors at Lund University said the same, like, don't do this. The IB students are our finest students.
This just shows how important the IB really is for the Swedish school system. And UHR, their goal with everything is to raise the points that Swedish students get.
Yeah.
They want to get the highest PITA scores in the world.
Exactly.
And yet they do this.
It takes away motivation.
Yeah. But I would really like to know the person who came up with this suggestion.
Yeah.
The motive.
That he or she has to have like some personal thing with it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into detail.
Personal, yeah. Our suggestion is that something has happened.
Yeah. These are just our personal opinions.
Yeah.
But, there's probably some kind of research behind it, but that research is just plain wrong.
Yeah.
So Bart, let's move on from one crazy thing to another. What is it?
It's a controversy between Bob Dylan and his Nobel Prize.
So Bob Dylan actually won the Nobel Literature Prize.
Yeah.
And when I first saw this, I was like, don't you like actually have to, maybe publish a book? Or
publish
a book.
Or a novel.
Yeah, that was like my first reaction. But when I read up upon it, it made sense.
Yeah, if you think it through, Bob Dylan is a poet.
He is a poet.
Yeah.
And it is some controversy right here, because he has not yet commented on it.
Yeah, he doesn't want... It seems like he doesn't want anything to do with the Nobel Prize.
Yeah, and they even took away the announcement of him winning the Nobel Prize on his website. And that just makes it even more
He hasn't
strange.
commented. They try to. The committee for the Nobel Prize are trying to reach to him,
the
but
Swedish Academy.
Yeah, but he's just turning them down.
Yeah, and the Swedish Academy have actually said that they have stopped trying to search for a comment or look after him. Like, of course, they know where he is, but he just doesn't want to answer.
So they are really unsure if he will even be at the ceremony or not.
Yeah. And it may have caught me by surprise, but it didn't actually get so many people like off their guard. Like some people like expected this. Like, yeah, this is his time. So some are surprised and some are like having a feeling of joy. But the permanent secretary of the Swedish Academy, Sara Danius, she said that it wasn't a difficult decision.
Yeah.
And like she hoped, of course, that the Academy wouldn't be, get criticized.
Yeah, but they will. They have been very much.
Well, they're gonna get criticized either way.
Yeah.
If they would have picked someone else, they was like, oh, why didn't this person win?
Yeah.
Or
why not?
Why did? Yeah, exactly. And she explained that Bob Dylan is actually a poet.
He's a great poet.
Yeah, and many people see him, as a songwriter and so on. And why should he then win the literature prize? Well, she explained, Sara Danius, the permanent secretary, that writing poems and performing with them, singing them over some music, is not something new. It has been alongside, writing novels and writing short stories, writing books for a long, long time, even since ancient Greek.
Yeah.
And like she compared him to like great poets like Homer and Sappho from ancient Greece. And they were writing 2,500 years ago.
Yeah, and they wrote to music. They wrote texts that can be combined with music.
Yeah, their texts were not supposed to only be read. Those texts were supposed to be read over music and with some kind of performance.
Yeah.
And like they really think that Bob Dylan should be recognized as a great poet. I personally agree. Like, sure, I was shocked when this first came out.
You didn't expect it.
Yeah, of course, I didn't expect this. Like, I'm not that into Nobel Prizes. I don't care that much. But this engaged me.
But something that really struck my mind was that when she said that this was not a difficult decision.
Yeah.
Because they actually were late with the announcement for about a week. And that started the rumors about them not agreeing with each other, not being able to make a choice. And then she comes out and says, yep, it was a really easy decision. No talk about it.
Yeah. And actually what I think is quite funny, what was it now? I kind of forgot it. Damn, I had something really good to say.
Of course you did.
I forgot it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, god damn. Yeah, but anyway, I've actually started listening to many of Bob Dylan songs. I already have like 2 to 3 songs on my list. Like Knock on Heaven's Door and like The Times That Are Changing.
Did you listen to them before he got?
Yeah, I had 2 or 3 songs on my list, on my Spotify list. But now I've actually started listening to more. And I agree with the decision. Mm-hmm. I certainly do now. I think he is a poet. He's a modern day poet. Like But yeah, he's a modern.
And it's a kind of free advertisement.
Yeah, that is of course for every guy.
Yeah, I do like that because so many people didn't really know which songs Bob Dylan made until this.
Some people do.
Most people, but I mean us young, most of us young people didn't know that he made Knocking on Heaven's Door. Yeah,
for example. But yeah, I remember now. Like on the meetings where they selected the winner, did they like sing the songs together? What did they do?
Yeah.
And I really want to know why and how they picked them, but they're not allowed to say that because that's classified.
Yeah.
And so sadly, we have to end now. I feel like we can talk about this for hours.
Yeah, we had much more to say, but
since YouTube rules. A website www.thesmactalkshow.jimdo.com. Listen to the show. And have a good day. And goodbye, all.
Goodbye.